Very good morning. Welcome back. You are still watching Morning Live. We are now officially out at the Houghton Golf Club where the Joburg Open is currently taking place all the way through Sunday. And my next interview in the 8 o'clock hour will be speaking all things Joburg Open, where we saw that we currently have two golfers that are tied on first. But for now, just to give us a breakdown of what we can expect in terms of our weekend sport, as we do every single Friday, we are now joined by the award-winning journalist Kanyiso Chwako. Kanyiso, very good morning to you. Thank you for joining us once again.
Good morning, Jen. Good morning to the viewers.
Kanyiso, I want to start our conversation and speak about what we've seen happening in terms of the PSL and coaches moving from one team to another. The latest one to be sacked now being Coach Letlogonolo Siema. What do you make of his sacking by Sekhukhune United, particularly after he had already attended to Nedbank Cup duties in terms of that press conference, and then later in the evening us finding out that he's been sacked with immediate effect?
Look, it's a bit of a shock, but you know how South African football clubs can and will operate in a haphazard manner, and in the operation of a haphazard manner will always be looking to try better their position. Well, I don't know what better position Sekhukhune can and will find themselves in. I mean, they're doing well from a league perspective. They're doing well from a cup perspective. They've got a cup quarter-final. They're in the top 8. So I suspect that I wouldn't be surprised if there's been a fallout between Letlogonolo Siema and the managers of the club. So it's quite a weird sacking. I mean, I would have understood if Sekhukhune United were battling relegation. But for a club that's in a position where they're doing well, and to fire a coach, look, I mean, Sundowns did do the same, where they removed Bangobangleti, replacing with Miguel Cardoso. Yes, still, and with their explanation being that they were trying to stay ahead of their performance curve. But from a Sekhukhune perspective, I find it quite shocking at the moment. But again, these aren't things that aren't uncommon to South African football.
I mean, as well, when you look at where Sekhukhune is currently sitting at the log right now, 4th, it's almost joined 3rd, just with that goal difference. It's a team that's done well so far this season. It is.
Hence the shock and the decision. But again, Sekhukhune United's management clearly will have a plan, should have a plan in place to deal with what they've done in terms of changing a coach. I mean, Kaitano Tembo will be stepping into the breach again. So look, a coaching merry-go-round is never good for any local football. But again, you need to understand that club managers, club owners are also looking after number one, which is the club. And if they feel that they need to make a decision that is based on the best interest of the club, then so be it.
And let's move on now in terms of the action we can look forward to. I want to talk Nedbank Cup. And let's perhaps start with the first encounter that we'll see. SuperSport United hosting Orlando Pirates out in Polokwane.
Look, it's going to be an interesting game. I mean, SuperSport United have been trying to find some form. I mean, actually looking at the log, them being as low as they are is a bit of a shock. I mean, they've only scored 11 goals this season, 4 of those goals actually coming in one game. They've always been a difficult side for Orlando Pirates, even though Orlando Pirates have had the better of them this season, beat them in the MTN 8, also beat them in the league. So you may find the Orlando Pirates will be in a position where they feel that they could and should get better of SuperSport. Pirates have been playing some really decent cup football. Outside of the early exit in the Carling Knockout Cup where they lost to Magesi, they looked a very difficult team to beat in the MTN 8, which they defended with some ease. And then when you look at the Nedbank Cup so far, they haven't been troubled. They haven't played at their best, but they haven't been troubled at the moment. And if there's one thing Pirates know how to play, it is cup football.
Let's get your quick thoughts quickly. I think I've got about 30 seconds to a minute left in terms of Stellenbosch FC going up against Amakosi. We've seen Kaizer Chiefs getting the better of Stellenbosch of late. What do you think of that one? And perhaps we can quickly touch on Sundowns and Sekhukhune.
That's going to be an interesting game. I should give that one to Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs have had the rap over Stellenbosch, but Stellenbosch also, they've got a growing cup pedigree that they'll want to improve upon, especially starting with Chiefs. The Chiefs have already done the double on them, so league double. So I think I'll be surprised Stellenbosch FC will want to actually try avenge the 2 league defeats.
And Mamelodi Sundowns.
It'll be an interesting game. That would give that one to Sundowns, but Sekhukhune again with new coaches in place, I suspect that the players will want to play for the coaches.
And the last one I want to touch about quickly, Durban City as well. They're going to be in action in the Nedbank Cup, and it's the last team out from the NFD structures that still remains. What do you see happening in that clash?
Well, look, the Durban City have two priorities. Do they prioritize the Nedbank Cup? Do they prioritize promotion for the Motsepe Foundation Championship? I think this game will determine which of the priorities matter. They'll be happy making the semi-finals, but I think with Farouk Katodia and his eyes coming back to the Betway Premiership, I think I'll be surprised if a priority is put towards getting promoted. Yes.
All right, that is Kangisa Chakwe, ladies and gentlemen. Just looking forward to the sport that you can have a look at this weekend in terms of the Nedbank Cup, and of course speaking on the sacking of Coach Litlogonolo Siema.